to the republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Eccles.
We are back. It is Saturday night, and we are once again tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. I'm fresh from the wilds of Nevada.
Wilds of Nevada.
The wilds of Nevada. We're talking like 15 minutes fresh. I mean, I haven't showered. I get to probably beat half of the Nevada desert off my
That's
pants.
why Mark's not here, man.
That's Mark's here. I didn't. You're lucky I brushed my teeth.
Okay. Well, we're not getting that close.
So
it's not me. It's like,
went out, did a little camping, did a little there you go. Had a little excitement, blew out a tire, had some, as my 5-year-old calls it, adventuring. We did some adventuring.
that sounds good. Did you shoot the tire?
I didn't shoot the tire, but I was really kind of upset when it blew out. Because
Yeah.
I was almost done with the freaking trip. So now $200 later.
At least it wasn't dark. It could have been worse.
And you know what? I was
Could have been
traveling. I was
raining,
traveling with two buddies.
Mm-hmm.
They were with me as well. And I tell you what, I climbed up and I unbolted the freaking high lift jack. I unbolted the spare tire. They grabbed the tools and they pretty much changed it.
That's why you took them camping.
It's good. It's good. It's good to go on adventures and go camping and go on wheeling trips with a mechanic.
Yeah. Take them with you all the time.
Oh man, I loved it. But his poor rig, ended up worse than mine. I don't know. It was leaking all kinds of fluid by the time the trip was over.
That's a mechanic, dude. You know how that works.
Nah, he's a good guy. So what have you been up to?
I have made a purchase.
What do you? Ooh, hold it up for the. Oh man, what is that? It's black.
It is a CZP-10.
Once you go black, you'll never go back.
Yeah, they asked me. They're like, "You okay with black?" I'm like, "Of course. What other color would I get?"
The 80s Cadillac Gold, like the
I'm like
19X comes
I was
out
shocked
with.
by that question actually when they asked me that. I'm like, "You okay with black?" Man, all my guns are black or either stainless.
That's a pretty gun. We haven't shot it yet, right?
Have not shot
in fact,
it yet.
I think we've determined I probably pulled the trigger on it more than you have.
I have been waiting at the range for hours, and I didn't know you were on a camping trip, so I just sat and waited like a sad puppy with a new toy.
And I was hurrying to get to freaking cell coverage so I could get over.
That's what you're telling me now.
I was, man. I think I drove like 200 miles at like 8 miles per gallon. It was freaking awesome. And it gassed up in a little town called Jarbidge, Nevada. Literally, it was, like
Jarbidge, not garbage. Jarbidge.
Jarbidge is an awesome little town.
Okay.
A little rustic town.
Shout out to Jarbidge.
Shout out to Jarbidge and all my listeners, since there's like 4 people that live there year round. And little dirt road through town, and they have a gas pump.
We can talk trash about them now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I love Jarbidge.
So there's a gas pump?
They have a fuel pump there. It's like $5 a gallon.
Nice.
Dude, I'm over
Criminals
there.
in Jarbidge.
I'm over there like taking out a loan for every gallon I put in my freaking...
Cash only, huh?
We drove all the way in there. Yeah, no, card.
Really?
Card only, no cash.
That's nice.
It is.
You can have some petrol, but it's going to cost you.
That's right, exactly. Credit card. So we drove
$5 a gallon.
We drove the back way in there all just to get a hamburger. They have really good little burgers over there.
You didn't bring a grill?
Burgers and pie.
You don't eat hamburgers, though.
I do on these trips. I don't go to Jarbidge very
with
often.
A bun.
I ate it with a bun.
Wow.
Guess what else I had?
That was worth
Guess
the
what
trip.
else I had? French fries and fry sauce.
Ooh, you had me until you said fry sauce.
Oh, fry! You don't.
That's an Idaho thing, man.
Dude, fry sauce
That's
is awesome. You go to, like, when I lived in Kansas, I asked someone about fry sauce, and they looked at me like I had 3 horns and 4 eyes.
Yeah, it's freaking fry sauce.
It's freaking mayo and it's ketchup. Go make me some. I'm paying.
No, they should have thrown you out and said we reserve the right to refuse anyone.
Man, I just smothered my anyhow. I'm gonna call today. I'm gonna call today my cheat day. I had that, and I had really thick cut bacon wrapped in a white tortilla for breakfast, and last night I had bacon wrapped steaks. A lot of bacon on my diet the last couple days.
Okay, well, you can't screw up bacon.
Especially the thick stuff.
Yeah.
Cooked like on a campfire pretty much. It's awesome.
Okay. You can't, unless maybe maple bacon.
Anyhow, I think
Maybe that's bad.
no one wants to hear about my camping trip. We had 4 viewers. Now we have 1.
Yeah,
they want to hear about the CZ, sir. Why did you want to buy that? Why did you buy the CZ?
Because I don't have one.
That's a good enough reason for me. and your little hands fit around.
Come
it,
on,
right?
man. This big old manly hand. Big old manly hand. Big killing hand.
You got the shortest pole length of anyone I've seen when it comes to handguns, dude.
No, actually, I love the Canic, and I was like, I need to get into these little foreign guns that are trying to get into the market because they're putting everything in the gun. Because you come on, man, the Canic's just the sweetest thing ever been.
Oh, Canic is unbelievable,
and this fits better than the Canic, but I don't like it as much.
Well, we don't know. We need to go shoot it first. So let's tell them what we don't like so far. What don't we like so far?
It's got basic sights.
I don't care.
But they're okay. They're not. Well, they're not pretty. Like
in a self-defense scenario, you're probably not going to be using the sights.
Well, that's true at first. What are we doing?
No, we're not doing anything. So,
okay. I'm not a big fan of the trigger yet. Maybe it needs some breaking in. Maybe it needs some work. And I actually hadn't made it go boom yet, so we got to give it a little more of a chance.
It's kind of a different feeling trigger. It's got like a weird. It's not crisp. It's got kind of a weird creep to it. Right? We don't know. We need to go shoot.
Yeah, we got to shoot it, but I have it. I got tired of waiting. I said I wouldn't order it. I went ahead and ordered it, so it was mine anyway.
Speaking of guns, I got some exciting news.
Oh, what you got?
For me, anyway. There's a gentleman I know, and last year he was going to try to bring a bunch of his family over for a class, and he was unable to do so. Schedules wouldn't line up like they needed to.
By the way,
yes.
Sorry,
You're fine.
CZ-P10. Did I say P10?
No.
Okay, yeah. Wanted to make sure everybody knew what that was. Okay, go ahead.
He just P10.
P10.
Okay, he's just trying to up my PD. Never mind. Okay,
already did.
So you have it in your hand. Anyhow, this guy signed up for a class. He scheduled a class in July,
right?
And he's got 2 guns that I want to shoot.
Okay.
A big I forget the one of them's called, but he's got a big 500 Smith.
Okay.
He's gonna bring it. And let me
That's
shoot it.
a lot of gun, man.
I'm gonna shoot it. And then what's another one? Is it a Casull?
Yeah, 454.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that too.
Good grief! What is this dude doing, man?
I don't know. He's a little guy. He likes big guns. Maybe he's compensating. I'm not sure.
Okay,
but yeah,
you ain't gonna say that shit to his face when he's holding.
I'm gonna shoot it.
He'll
man.
shoot through the house and hit you.
He's a great guy, and we've been trying to get together so I could shoot these guns for a long time.
That's a lot of gun. That's an unforgiving gun.
I'm gonna shoot it once, and I'm gonna have my son record me.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
How big is the barrel?
I don't even know. I don't know. I'm going to shoot it anyway.
Okay. Well,
is it really going to matter?
If it's like an 8-incher, it just ain't going to look ridiculous. So if it's a shorter one, it just looks. That's what I would buy. A little 4-inch. Boom! Big old flame jumping out of the end of it.
Let it fly right out of your hand. Oh, I can't wait. I probably should do it after the class is over in case I hurt myself and I need to.
Yeah. Just put in 1 round.
1 round. I'm going to do it.
I have seen people shoot those. I know you ain't going to do this, but I've seen people shoot those that it actually, the muzzle flip comes back and points them at their forehead.
Yeah, no,
I'm like,
that's not going to happen.
Jeez,
in fact, I'll just put 1 round in because of that.
Yeah, put 1 round in. I've seen it. You can go on YouTube right now and just look for it and slow down the video a little bit, and the gun flips back till it's pointing at their forehead and their fingers still in the trigger guard. It's like, wow.
Not gonna do it.
Gonna do it. I wouldn't do it.
So, gun related thing. We were in Nevada. It was early this morning. We were coming up on this hill and we saw this monster freaking coyote. And a couple of the guys I'm with were like, "Oh, we should shoot it." I'm like, "Wait a minute. Whoa, boys, we can't shoot this. We're in freaking Nevada. We don't have a hunting license for Nevada." I wasn't sure if we'd get nailed for that or not. I wasn't sure. I know.
But shoot it on the way out.
Shoot it. It's not like you can get away fast out there.
Well, it's not like you can't see people coming at you.
You can't drive away real fast out there. It's kind of rough. But
doing a country hit and run. Coyotes, get him, boy! Pow pow! Get in the car.
Yeah, the fishing game guys would probably join in. But no, interesting. I was once again the crazy guy in the group that had like 1,000 rounds and like 4 guns with me.
How many of them did you shoot?
None.
Why? Why did you bring them all?
I don't know. Just because maybe we wanted to shoot. You never know what you're going to do in those campouts. You just kind of go and relax.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Kind of just do whatever you want to do. So
yeah, you might find a great place to shoot, and you might not.
Yeah, it was cold. So
what guns did you bring?
I had my Smith & Wesson Shield 45. I had my VP9. I had my what else did I take? Oh, Smith & Wesson MP 2.0, and I took that 380.
Okay.
So I had 1,000 rounds of 9 and a couple boxes of the other stuff here and there.
So you kind of turned into a Smith & Wesson fanboy there.
I don't know if I'd call me a fanboy. They just had some stuff I liked last year.
Well, 3 out of the 4.
You know, I think it's time to restock my ammo too. By the way, we talked about this. I can kind of see the back of my shelves.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I need to count mine because if I got,
you gonna share with me?
I need to. Well, no, I was saying to see if I'm low. I might need to order with you.
Okay. Well, you know what? If
you got more ammo than I got,
that might be the thing to do though. I'll shop around. Sometimes if you order for the first time, depending on where you order from, you can. If you never ordered from them before, you can get freight free. And so if you order. If it's a place I haven't ordered and you want to place an order as well, you can order it and I'll just pay you for my half and we'll work the system.
Sounds like you're hanging me out to dry.
I'll pay you back.
This will be the last time on the podcast, folks. All of a sudden there'll be trouble. Kevin's got to work.
I'll write you a check right now.
Yeah.
Do you take cards?
No.
Oh, okay.
I need to get one of those. That would be great. Just, hey, man, you just plugged your little thing in your phone. Here you go, swipe right here. That would be pretty cool. You know, they put the brakes on you because for a long time, most of the time, I don't carry cash.
Right.
And if I see somebody asking, it's my thing. It's like, cool, take it, dude. It's between you and God. I'm done. But then you'll get some people that just panhandling and I'm like, you'll see them posted on different corners. I'm like, y'all a team here.
They're working.
I ain't got no cash. And then they'll whip out their.
They're working you.
Yeah, then they'll whip out their card reader. I'm like, I meant to say no. Get out of here.
So I had what did I have happen the other night? Oh, I had some of the Legal Heat guys show up to shoot.
Uh-oh, shoot what?
They did do their shooting portion.
Oh, okay. Not adversaries. They were.
Right. No, they weren't shooting each other. So
Right.
I wasn't shooting. No. Anyhow.
Okay.
It was all very controlled and safe.
Gotcha.
But it was perfect weather.
So they were there for your class.
It was perfect weather.
Oh, it's nice.
I set up my easy ups, everything to kind of give them some shade.
Right.
Those black guns get a little warm sitting on the table.
Mm.
And came in, we did the safety. We went over the safety portion of it, went back outside. By the time we got back outside, 50-mile-an-hour winds cranked up. My freaking easy ups were in the neighbor's alfalfa field 200 yards to the north.
Good grief.
I was like, hang on a minute before we start class. I need to go retrieve those.
Yeah, that's the reason I didn't work today. I'm like, yeah, it's too windy. I can't.
Oh, man. We were out there shooting and dust is like blowing in between us. It was just a freaking nightmare.
But it's so nice. I mean, good grief. What is this, June?
Hey, you know what? It snowed on me today.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It was like, what, high today, 60 maybe?
Last night where I was...
June? Man, I love it.
Last night where
I wish it would stay that way.
Where I was camping, I woke up this morning, high of like 23.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a little different.
Yeah. I don't like summer.
I
hate people who say they like summer. Oh, thank God it's summer. I'm like, man, I just want to slap you. And you don't even say that.
I kind of like it.
It's horrible. Terrible.
I do want to talk about something.
Okay, Tom.
I have a lot of people that call me. I have a lot of people that call me for classes, and that's great. Occasionally, I'll have some that think that I put on classes just for them.
Okay. Well, there's private classes.
There is private classes, but they think I'm going to drop everything and just do a class for them when they want. I had a gentleman, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not going to name any names, but this kind of just grated on my nerves. The more I think about it, the more it just bothers me. He signed up for a class on June 1st, and he said that he had some church stuff that he had to do that afternoon and wanted to know, I said, oh, okay, well, come take the classroom portion, and we can do the shooting portion another time. I'm fine with that. And so I set up with him to do that. So 2 days before the first, he calls before the class. He calls me and he goes, or texts me, and he goes, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. Something come up. Don't worry about the first. I won't be there. Go ahead and sign me up, and I will come over on the 8th, and we can take care of it. I'm like, yeah, no, that's not the way this works. I explained that earlier, and I said, well, you're going to have to wait till the end of July. It's when my next class is, like everybody else. And then all of a sudden, he could, miraculously could be there on the 1st all of a sudden.
Right.
So he's going to be there on the 1st. He shows up the 1st. We go through the first part of the class. He's leaving. I say, give me a call Monday or Tuesday when I get my work schedule figured out, and we can set up a time for you to come do your shooting portion. 2 hours later, he texts me, I'm ready to set up my shooting portion. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I said, give me till Monday or Tuesday. And then Monday or Tuesday, I get a text message, all exclamation points and question marks. Like, why haven't you called me? Why haven't we set this up? I'm not here just for you. I want to help people, but I'm not here just for one person. Unless you want to pay me like $500 a class.
Yeah, private class. Everything has a price. And if you're willing to pay it,
we can do it at midnight.
We can work things out.
I can be here at midnight. We could shoot. I don't care. I'll take the fine. $500, dude, I'll freaking do it.
Yeah, well, it might be more at night.
It might be more at night.
Everything can be done for a price, but you got to meet that price. You can't get the world for $20. That ain't the way it's happening.
Yeah, some people think they can.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people do that.
Anyhow, other than that, I got a few weeks before I have any other classes. Just some private classes coming up, and we'll just kind of see what happens. What's been going on in your world besides buying that firearm, sir? Anything?
Not too much. Yeah, I was just I kept going back. I got tired of waiting. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'll order it
because you took one for the podcast. And you purchased a firearm.
Well, I got
the podcast is not going to reimburse you, just so you know.
This is not a write-off?
I'm glad you took the hit.
This ain't a tax write-off?
Yeah, well, you could try, whatever.
Well, when I was real busy, it was easy to wait because I was busy anyway. I had other stuff to do. But when it slowed down a little bit, I'm like, okay, I got to have it. Where's it at? And I went and they didn't have it. And I went back a couple days later and they still didn't have it. I'm like, this is uncalled for. This is not customer service.
Go
ahead and order it for me.
Show me the follower in that in the mag. Pull the mag out. What? It's like freaking pink, dude.
It is pretty bright.
It is pink.
It is. Yeah, it is.
You sure that's not a girl's gun? They give you the girl version. Now you're
this is cutting edge, man. All the latest firearms magazines have this.
Are breast cancer pink?
Pink and green and orange and yellow, and it's like I can't find it or something. It's like, dude, I'm not in that big of a hurry to reload. If I'm in that kind of trouble, it's too late. It's over, man.
There it is. I've got a story that was sent into us by a listener. A buddy of mine, I didn't even know he listened.
Thank you, listener.
Thank you, listener. We love the interaction.
Who's the listener?
Levi Kress.
Shout out to Levi.
Yeah, Levi is over in Utah, and he actually, he was graduated a year ahead of me, and I haven't seen Levi in a long time. I didn't even know he listened to the freaking podcast. He sent this to me. He goes, "Hey, I got a little show prep for you, a little material for your show," and I texted him back. You listen to the podcast? Question mark. And he said he did. So thanks for listening, Levi. I'm going to read the story, okay?
Okay, go with it.
This took place over in Provo, Utah. It says a man who was shot Monday south of BYU campus in Provo has died. The 26-year-old Sorensen was shot twice in the chest by a man who was driving by as Sorensen was fighting with an 18-year-old woman in a driveway. So He was fighting with this woman in the driveway. We don't know what he was doing. Was it physical? Was it verbal? We have no idea. I'm just pointing that out right now. Right. Okay. According to Provo, investigators believe that a person got out of their car and told Sorensen to stop fighting and warned him he would shoot, said Provo police. Sorensen and the woman were both taken to the hospital where Sorensen died from his injuries, while the woman was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators have interviewed the woman and the shooter. The shooting is still under active investigation. So that brings up, just because you have a firearm, do you need to stop and try and be a hero?
No.
We don't know what kind of fight was taking place. I'm sure somebody did.
Yeah.
And just reading this article, what I'm going to say is, it says that the shooting is still under active investigation.
And
so
what did it say about her injuries?
They were non-life-threatening.
Okay.
So
that's so vague.
But it leads me to believe that the police are questioning this, right? Still under active investigation? I mean, I don't know. I mean, what was going on? I mean,
I don't know.
When do you enter? I mean, you had a situation kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
Yours is pretty extreme.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful because you just don't know what's happening.
Don't go out trying to be a hero.
A lot of people do. A lot of people get their concealed carry permits, and that's what they want to be a freaking hero.
Yeah, well, you get a lot of that, and you'll find a lot of the law enforcement bad shoots are the same way as people who not sure how they should act and is kind of new to the situation and stuff.
Right.
And they act how they think they should act instead of you weren't really in that situation. You're sitting there processing it. Same kind of thing with this. Can you act? Yeah, you can act. Should you act? Probably not. I mean, I don't know. Was her head bouncing off the sidewalk? Hey, get in and put a stop to that.
Yeah, that means death is getting ready to show up.
Are they sitting there and arguing or even pushing a little bit? Call the cops.
And even if you want to intervene, unless he just, I don't know. I wasn't there. I just don't know. I wanted to say, you maybe draw your gun and hold him or threaten him or tell him to leave, tell him to get out of there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the situation. You don't know what was going on. You just have no.
If it's bad enough for you to get involved, go get involved. If it's not, call the cops and
maybe tell me, police is on the way or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, there's nothing weak about that. Your goal is to put a stop to whatever's taking place. You don't have to jump in there,
right?
Being Superman and call the cops. Tell them you called the cops. Let law enforcement handle it. But if it's like I said, if it's a head bouncing off the sidewalk, hey, put a stop to this right now. Stop the dude. Somebody's going to get killed before anybody gets there. And
that's kind of a choice that someone who can still carries all the time needs to make ahead of time. When are you going to? What's your line in the sand? When are you going to react?
No other option.
Yeah.
No other option.
Yeah. I mean,
life will be lost if I don't.
I know a lot of people that want to stop the guy that's ripping off the freaking gas station.
Not a chance.
But there's people out there. I get it. I get them in my class. They want to protect the gas station's money.
No.
They want to shoot a guy over stealing candy bars. Honestly, they do. When can I use my gun? When can I use my gun? When can I use my gun? That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's scary.
That is very scary.
Yeah, it's a candy bar, man. Let it go.
Don't want to. You steal me one too. I'm hungry.
Don't drop one when you pass.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you just got to be. Just because you have a gun doesn't mean you always have to use it. Okay, I want to carry my gun, and I never want to have to use it.
It should be the absolute last resort. You should assume, like I said, this is my mentality. I'm going to jail when I do this. If it's still worth it, then it's life-threatening because you throwing your life away. And don't say because you're doing the right thing or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You get the right prosecutor, you get the right judge, and for some reason people think, well, it's a justice system. No, it's a legal system. And you get the right person that needs a couple of extra votes or needs to show tough on gun crime or gun owners. That's it. You done 30 years. See you later. I don't care if you're right or not. So don't get involved unless you have to.
All right.
Have to. There's no other option. If there's another option, you take that option.
And I'll state, I've always stated this many times on the podcast, and I've stated it many times in my class. I carry a gun to protect me and my family, to be 100% honest with you. And typically, well, my family's is always going to be first. And if I'm in that theater and someone comes in, am I going to jump up and try to be a hero? I'm not. I'm going to try to get my family out with my firearm. And if I can't, then we're going to hunker down and I'm going to draw my firearm and I'm going to be ready if the fight comes to me. I'm not going to be a hero. I'm not going to shoot someone over a freaking candy bar. I'm not, I'm probably going to be the guy that calls the police if I'm driving down the road and someone's getting beat up. That's just the way I am.
That's exactly what I would do. I'd sit there and I may stop and watch it and call the cops and say,
right,
hey, right now it's a scuffle. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. If it escalates to a point where you're not here and it's got to be stopped, I'll make that judgment then. I'll do what I got to do.
Make a phone call, get a license plate number, that kind of thing. I mean, if the guy goes to take off, there's lots of stuff you can do. But yeah,
take a picture, take video.
Monitor the situation until law enforcement arrives. I mean,
what is it? Observe and report.
Yeah,
that's not a weak move. That's a smart move.
Yeah.
See what's going on, because really you don't know what's going on. You don't know.
Self-preservation.
There's so many stories in the last year where police showed up and shot undercover cops. I mean, you don't know. You don't know what's happening. Slow down. Take it easy. If there's a danger of a life ending, do what you got to do. If it's not, just stay out of it. Call the police and report it and stay there and watch and whatever.
I'm a little, and I'll go down this route. And this is just me being me and over careful. And I question absolutely everything. And it's nothing against law enforcement, but we hear all these stories about the average Joe helping law enforcement out. They're in a scuffle. They need help, and someone is driving us on the side of the interstate or the highway, and someone pulls up and they have their firearm and they actually help the law enforcement officer. They shoot the bad guy. I don't know about that.
You got to be careful.
That's sketchy to me.
Well,
right?
You got to be careful with anything. There was one that was.
You're gonna get shot if their buddies roll up.
Very possibly.
Yeah,
very possibly.
I'm not down with that. I'm not down with getting shot, Tarver.
Well, they're not going to shoot you one time either. They're going to light you up. You're dead. But yeah, it's probably the best one I've seen, and it kind of shows the state of the world, state of the country right now, which is a mess. Had an officer. He was getting pounded on pretty good. The guy was on top of him, had a mount, and was just wailing on him. So the older guy comes up and says, "Hey, you need some help?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "What do you want me to do?" And he said, "Shoot him." And I said, "Okay." And that's when he took the step. I'm like, it's almost like a consent form that you got to get.
That you got to go through. What's in your giant thermos, Kevin?
Just water.
Water. So.
Sorry, we answering questions as we go.
Yeah, we answer them as we go. Kind of random. We're kind of random today.
We are kind of random.
But that's okay. I just don't.
That's unusual for us.
Yeah, very, very. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if I could step in and help, to be honest with you. Nothing against law enforcement. I just don't know that I want to be involved in that. I want to be able to choose when I'm involved. I don't.
Well, you got to be careful. You might be taking a life that you
don't know what happened.
You don't know what's happening, and you don't know what's in the middle of happening. I don't know. It's a judgment. It's a case by case judgment call. If you see an officer in danger, do what you got to do. Do what your conscience is. If it's if I see somebody about to get hurt, I'm gonna stop it. That's just me. Not hurt. If I see somebody about to get killed, I'm going to put a stop to it. Other than that, this country, we have gone mad with fear for my life and shoot them. If I see a cop and a bad guy or whoever it is slugging it out, hey, I may go and steal him from the back and hit him in the back of the head. Pop! I'm not going to kill him over it.
Right.
I'll help out in different ways. But, yeah, it's...
Let me throw this one out there, because I've heard stories. Okay, I've heard a story, but let me throw this out there. What if you get involved in a situation like that? What if you get involved? Let's say it's law enforcement and a bad guy, and you jump in to help, and that bad guy turns to shoot at then you.
It happens.
And misses you and kills someone else. You jumping in may have caused that to happen. How's that? I mean, how, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
but I couldn't take responsibility for that. It'd be like,
I'm just saying, but you couldn't. But with the law, I mean, there's a story that my law enforcement officer buddy tells me when he helps me do the class. He tells a story in the class.
right.
I think it was down in California.
Okay, this is going to be a good one. All right, I got to
Yeah,
hear this.
it was down in California, and he talks about this officer a lot. He said a lot of like law enforcement officers will discuss things with their wife, with their kids, and kind of make up like a code word. Okay,
Right.
so like if we're out in public and I see something going down and I'm going to intervene, I'm going to say a code word, and you're to take the kids and kind of get out, whatever.
Right.
So they were in this I want to say McDonald's or some restaurant, and he saw some guy getting belligerent at the counter. And he pulled a gun and he was asking for the money or whatever. And so he said the code word. And when he said the code word, his wife was supposed to take their kid and was supposed to leave the nearest exit.
Right.
And the nearest exit was the emergency exit.
Now, this was law enforcement that was with the code word?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said the code word. His wife grabbed the kid, his kid, headed toward the emergency exit. He engaged this guy with a firearm. The bad guy turned around and shot. Law enforcement shot again and killed that guy. Okay. But because he drew a firearm, the bad guy turned around and shot. That stray bullet hit another kid in the restaurant and killed that kid. And then to top it all off, the emergency exit was locked, and his wife and his child saw the whole thing.
That's rough.
So, I mean, if you intervene, if you jump in there, you could cause other things to happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're
Well,
out of your control, but still, if you didn't jump in, that person wouldn't be dead, possibly.
Possibly.
So you got to be okay to deal with that, but you got to understand that going in. So if you jump in, someone's ripping off the gas station, you jump in with a firearm to stop it, that guy pulls a gun, the teller and someone else in there might end up being dead. When all they would have just taken the money and walked out the door and been good to go.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm not stopping. I'm not going to stop that.
I don't know. There's just a lot more to think about it.
It is, and it's a case by case, and it's always one of those where you will have regrets and you'll have what ifs. And I mean, what if you didn't do anything and he shot this ain't the scenario, but what if you didn't do anything and he killed the teller and then took the cash and left, and it's a 16-year-old kid?
Then you would have, instead of saying, well, he wouldn't have shot that person had I not intervened, it was, I intervened. How many more people would he have shot? Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, whatever, dude.
No, it's one of those calls. There'd
be a lot of what ifs in this thing.
Yeah,
a lot of what ifs.
My thing is, I don't want to get in anybody's crap. Nobody's. But I'm not. You gotta. This is the way I think anyway. You gotta ask yourself, is this the man I want to be? I'm not going to walk away when I see this happening. I'm going to put a stop to it. And that's just me. And that's not everybody.
Right.
And that's fine. But that's just what I'm going to do, and I'll face whatever consequences it is. Ironically, I've said before that I agree that guns should be in school, that teachers, parents, whoever, not mandated.
Right, yeah, don't pay them extra.
Probably should exclude anybody that teach liberal arts or something like that. They probably shouldn't be allowed. Just my personal preference.
Right.
Since we're making up laws as we go these days. But myself, I wouldn't want that job. Because, and I agree it should be there, but myself, I wouldn't want that job for anything in the world. Because if I missed and popped some little 7-year-old in the head,
right,
I wouldn't come back from it.
Right.
It just, and you could tell me I could have pats on the back till I'm 90 years old. I would not hear it. It would destroy me. I couldn't do it.
Have you heard I'm going to butcher this because it's been a long time since I've heard anyone talk about this. What is it? The sheepdog, the wolf,
yeah.
There's some other. It's like there's a sheepdog. There's
The wolf and the sheepdog.
Yeah, but now there's one more where
Oh,
there's
good
like
grief! There's a
where there's the guy that hunts the wolves, and then you got the sheepdog, the wolf, the guy that hunts the wolves.
They've done drugged that
sheepdog,
analogy too far, man.
and something else,
and the bug on the leaf.
and it talks about the whoever hunts the sheepdogs hunt the wolves, but you can be this over here. You don't have to hunt the wolves actively, and you can I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that one. I'm like, yeah. At the time I heard it, I'm like, they're carrying that too far.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But so you mentioned firearms in schools.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, I did a podcast and I think it was misunderstood. This was me, and you guys, what you guys gotta understand, I did a podcast by myself, and that's always freaking dangerous because when I do one by myself, I don't have people like Mark or Kevin over here
giving you the evil eye.
Giving me the evil eye. Kevin looked at me going, are you sure you want to go down this freaking road, Todd? Because sometimes when I go to explain stuff, you can vouch for it because you talk to me every day.
Right.
I have trouble with my words. I don't think I come across well, okay, sometimes. And when I'm in here by myself and I get going on a tangent, I'm literally just yelling into the microphone, okay? And I'll back it up. But what I talked about with guns in schools and arming teachers and that kind of stuff. I do a radio show. We've talked about it before on Fridays. And I was doing this radio show. We were talking about firearms in schools. We were talking about the right to carry, letting teachers carry in the workplace, letting parents who have kids there carry, the right to carry.
That's free people.
Like free people. Like
wow.
We're supposed to be.
Like citizens of the United States of America. That's amazing.
And we had a guy call in, and he said, he goes, I got the perfect answer. Let's let veterans, retired vets in the schools. They can be there in every school. They can carry a gun. They're the only ones that can be there with a firearm to protect the kids.
Absolutely not.
And they will be safe. And I don't disagree the fact that veterans would probably do an okay job. I'm not stating that. I think that's what came across. Veterans, I think, would do an okay job, yes. But my kids go there. This is about being a free people. I have a right to carry a gun too. Whether you're a vet or not, it doesn't matter to me. I have a right to carry a gun too. And if you are there carrying a gun, I can carry a gun as well. I'm not a...
you know what irritates
how
me?
do I put this? You know where I'm going with this?
I don't.
I'm not a second-class citizen.
Right.
Because I'm not a vet, I'm not a second-class citizen, I can use a gun and protect myself and kids, and I can carry a gun every day too.
Well, what irritates me is I hate painting with these broad brushes.
Yeah.
Like, you were a veteran, so that means you're above reproach. No, that means you served your country, thank you. That don't, you get caught later messing with little kids or something, hey, you're a dirtbag. That don't give you a pass. This guy's a Democrat running for president, named Booty Judge. He's gay. Boy.
Yeah.
He didn't have a chance with a name like that, right? Booty Judge. Anyway, yeah, he was a vet. You think I want to trust that dude with anything? Yeah, I know it's Booty Judge. I don't care. I don't want that dude to be in charge of nothing. But he was a vet. Does that make him above reproach? No. Let me defend myself.
Well, it's I don't want to give the government sole,
they're taking it, baby. They're taking it.
Sole right to my protection. I mean, if I was all for just having retired vets in the school with firearms, guess what? I'd be okay with having just law enforcement in the school with firearms.
I just won't be left
alone. And I'm not okay with either of them. My kids are protected at home. They need to be protected when they're outside the home, when they're at school. It's a right to carry issue, not who can carry.
Right.
It's a right to carry. If I can pass a background check, if I can do what I need to legally own a firearm and get a concealed carry permit, and I can carry at Walmart, I can carry at Winco, I can carry at church, I can carry to the fair, guess what? The school's just another building. I can carry it to school too.
Well, you just had what's that deputy's name in Florida that just got like 17 charges.
Right.
For refusing to go in. I'm like, I don't, if they want to be there, fine. Let me be there too.
Yeah.
One ain't enough. Especially if you got one that won't go in.
It's, you're going to have good, you're going to have bad. I say everyone has the right to carry, and we're all a happy family because of it, or we should be. I mean, Yeah, there you go. I don't.
Well,
know.
we need to get
I
out
don't
of
know
this
how-
hero mentality, this second-class citizen mentality. We're all citizens.
We are.
We're all
have a
citizens.
right to
Everybody
protect
born in this
ourselves.
country
Yeah.
is a citizen of the United States. That's right. We're all supposedly on equal footing under the Constitution,
Yeah. And I wasn't saying,
but we're not.
and someone responded, and
I know. People
and-
get offended and take that as
I
an attack.
apologize because this guy who responded, he's a listener, and he's active military, and he's a great guy. And I'm not saying that veterans couldn't do the job, but I can do the job as well.
Yeah.
I'm a parent too. And guess what? Under stress, they're going to miss shots, and I'm going to miss shots. That's just the way it's going to be.
But it's taking nothing from them at all.
It's not.
But to say that is kind of taken from everybody else. And I
It
understand you got to have, here's where we get into trouble because we start policing this. We got to have certain standards. And once we start having those, then we start checking off boxes and who can and who can't. And we get different. Just let us be free. Leave us alone. Let everybody be armed. If you want to carry it to school, carry it to school. All right? If you pull out a gun, there's going to be somebody there to shoot you.
You know, I will say that doing this podcast is it's fun. Did you have fun doing this podcast?
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain something here.
Okay.
I enjoy doing this podcast. You enjoy doing it. I know Mark enjoys doing it when he can make it. Even Dean enjoys it the few times that he can make it. But you know what? It's really hard to do this podcast too because there's things that we believe, things that we say, and we have to keep everyone happy. Does that make sense? We have to be, and
Somewhat,
we're
yeah.
fair. And when you,
Well, I want to be fair. That's part of it because I don't want to get
Right.
on a rant and go down one road. And there's so many sides to a story that I'm going to be honest with you. We could get into lots of stuff, and I couldn't give you a definitive answer because I could give good and bad for all of it.
right.
But too much in our society, we don't get. A lot of times, I just say we give the opposite of what the mainstream is because you don't hear that nowhere. Anyway, go ahead.
So, well, you know,
Let me get my big old jug.
You're fine. So there is a quote that I've heard and that I've always kind of liked. You probably know the guy. I won't throw his name out there. You've listened to him a time or two in the past. And I'm going to butcher this. I will never say the things that I don't believe, but there are things that I believe that I will never say.
That's a good quote. I don't know who that is.
Glenn Beck.
Okay.
So it's the truth, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the truth.
Well, just in polite society, you can't.
Right. So
Because people will be offended, and they will not understand you, and you can't explain it. And I could say some crazy things. You what? Listen to me a little while, and I might make some sense.
oh yeah.
But I might not.
So, but I mean, there's stuff we say here that I think comes off a little wrong sometimes, and I think a lot of people understand it, and sometimes it doesn't. And if you feel one way, you hear it one way. And
Right.
I just wanted to clarify that. I've got
Yeah, that
nothing
was-
to get military. I got nothing against law enforcement, but it's a free world, and I think we should all. No one. I don't think anyone. It's supposed to be a free world. I don't think anyone needs any extra privileges. You know, we're all here, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we all have the right to self-defense. Anyhow, that
so far.
yeah, so far we've beat that one enough, I think. So,
Okay.
let's talk about suppressors.
Man.
I got something I want to say, and then you can go because I know you are ready to rumble. I called Kevin during the week, and he starts talking to me. I said,
I'm going to draw a blank now that you say it. What?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I said we're gonna talk about suppressors, right? And he starts going, man. He's fired. I was like, I had to put the brakes on, dude. Hold all that in for the podcast. But I think it's funny because they're going after suppressors. You know, they just went after bump stocks not too long ago, and they got them. They try to go after the high capacity mags. You know, and if you look, what they're doing is they can't. They're gonna have a hard time going after the whole gun, the whole rifle, the whole handgun. So they're gonna go after the parts and the pieces, the ammo, the magazines, the suppressors, the bump stocks, the triggers, the this, the that, anything. You know, they're gonna go after that. It's kind of a backdoor route. They're circling wide, and they're just gonna pick off the pieces until you just have a lower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you'll be throwing rock. Well, there's people now that want any semi-automatic gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Only revolvers.
Crazy stuff.
And then they'll want to do away with them. But
So okay.
okay.
What are your thoughts on the suppressor? I'm going to get comfy here because this is going to take as long as you need, dude.
Well, I'm afraid once again you got to rein yourself in or you'll get too excited.
Just get too excited.
They banned the bump stock. Okay, absolute freaking nonsense.
Trash.
There was no bump stock. A bump stock with a bipod don't work. Even now, they're trying to tell us they don't know the motive. This is complete crap they're feeding us, but they hurried up and banned the bump stock. Now, a lot of people said, well, it's okay. It's a bump stock. It's not, it's crap. It's a piece of plastic. They classified a piece of plastic as an automatic weapon and banned it. How in the hell can you do that? You cannot do that. That is a piece of freaking plastic. That is not an automatic weapon.
They did it, though.
They did it. And we sit there and smile. Now they're saying that this shooter...
We turned him in ourselves.
Yeah. Turned him in and destroyed him.
Yeah.
Now this guy in Florida who bought his weapons, the report I saw, bought his weapons a month prior. And had a suppressor. Hello, has anyone bought a suppressor? You telling me this guy went back and bought a suppressor a year before the shooting and a month before he bought the gun to go with it, and he went in and shot the place up? Absolute nonsense. This dude did not have a suppressor. We are being lied to. He may have had a muzzle brake. He may have had a, a recoil suppressor. A recoil, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
He did not have a sound suppressor that he bought a year in advance. Nonsense. But what's everybody talking? And what is Donald Trump saying? We need to get them. We need to go after the suppressors. And it wasn't a slip of the tongue, because I saw him in an interview later saying that he's ready to look at that and he's ready to do that. Now, let me preface a few things. I was a very early Donald Trump supporter. I was very, very early, to the annoyment of everybody around me.
You've got the hat.
I got the signed hat. I have several hats. I was giving away Make America Great Again hats. I got one in a box that I'm still trying to find a nice display case to that is signed by Donald Trump, President of the United States. I got one, red and all. This guy has, and let me tell you something, I was spending 6-7 hours a day online, going everywhere I could. When Breitbart was pushing Ted Cruz and was hating on Donald Trump and sabotaging him, man, we were out there. We were on Twitter. We were going around. We were attacking every story out there. We were getting all the comments. We were doing it. We were fighting the fight to get this man in there. Now, he has done a lot of good. And honestly, we didn't have any option. Now this is where it gets ugly. This man has turned into one of the worst Second Amendment presidents ever. Ever. Okay? We got the red flag law. Where did that come from? Donald Trump said you should take the guns first and then litigate it. So they knew they would have no pushback, so they went wild with it. They went everywhere. He was wanting to take the firearm person up to 21, even though we send troops at 18 and overseas with fully automatic weapons. Okay, he took the bump stock illegally. Now they're talking about suppressors, and don't tell me it's just talk, because before I'd say maybe it's just talk, okay, where's the bump stock? It's not just talk. This is getting ugly. Now what you got to do, I don't think we have an option. All right, who you going to get besides him? But I think he will take some feedback, and I think it's partially our fault. It is partially our fault. It's all of you. So what I want everybody to do, and pass this number around, post it everywhere you can, 202, area code 202-546-1111. Area code 202-546-1111. And this is what you're going to hear if my phone will ever work.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line.
Call the White House comment line. Leave a comment. Talk to the president. Tell the president you are not happy with the Second Amendment attacks. Barack Obama wish he got away with nothing because we kept a close eye on him and we were threatening and we were ready to march and everything. When our guy here, and man, he's still a lovable dude. He's still doing a lot of good. He's the best thing that's ever happened to aborted babies in the whole abortion program. Loving a lot, but he's not hearing any pushback from us because we're sitting here with a smile on our face saying, well, I don't think he'll do it. Maybe he won't. He's going to do it, man. He's already done it. Give this a call, 202-456-1111. Call it tomorrow. leave a message, be polite, and just say, please stop taking our Second Amendment rights that you've promised over and over and over, that you campaigned on, that you were going to protect us, that you were going to stop this assault on our Second Amendment rights. You have made the assault. You have done it, man, over and over and over. They're attacking things, and they're doing stuff right now because they know they're not getting any feedback. There's no pushback. There's no pushback from the DOJ on these red flag laws. There's none of that. Right now, we're getting the guy he's got up for the ATF is anti-gunner. Come on, we have got to. He is doing administratively to us what we feared Barack Obama would do and didn't do. Our man, our guy, is putting the screws to us, and he's destroying our rights under the Second Amendment. And you let some crazy person get back in charge after that, hello, what do we have to stand for? What do we have left? Make the call. At least we can do is make a freaking call and leave a message. That's the least we can do. Okay, I'm done.
Anything else? That was awesome.
No.
I'm going to give you the floor more often. That was freaking perfect.
Okay. Well,
that's my feelings. That's my thoughts.
I didn't hear a word of it.
Yeah, you will when you listen back.
Send the hate mail. Send the hate mail. Call the podcast hotline. Todd's got the number this time. He never calls out the number. I am going to call out the number. So if you like that or you didn't like that or whatever, let us know. We want to hear from you. I got a podcast hotline. Good thing I don't pay for it because it doesn't get used much anymore. But it's right here. If you want to call it, you will not get us necessarily, but you can leave a message and I will get it and I will replay it. Like the White House.
Like the White House. After you call the White House, call us. Or call the White House and leave them the podcast hotline.
Well, let them know about the suppressors first.
There you go. That's number is 1-208-696-4397. That's 1-208-696-4397. Or you can email me. You can email me or us or whoever. It'll come to me. And if it needs to go to Tarver, I'll forward it to him. But you can get a hold of me at patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. You can check out the website, patriotdefense13.com. The podcast will be there as well. You can message me there as well. You can find us on Facebook under Patriot Defense. And you know what? I'm on Instagram as well.
You should be on Instagram with all the pictures you take, man. I
am on Instagram. Just let me find out the little. I think they call them handles.
You crazy kids in your interwebs.
Patriot Defense 13. Patriot Defense 13. I'm on Instagram. Go ahead and like the page. I do try to keep stuff posted on there as much as I possibly can. Hey, you got someone agreed with you. Could you please post that number and the page or on this feed and please text it to me? Yes, we will do that. I will post it in the show notes. I will post it on the Facebook, Patriot Defense Facebook page, and I will also text it to you, Josh, because I have your number. So we'll do it. Other than that, I think it's a good day. And I tell you what, I got to go get some food out of a freaking cooler that's on my Scout right now and load my sleeping bags and pillows and crap. And I think we're done here.
Let's go pop a couple of rounds.
We got to shoot first. We can we come back with a full report.
Just a couple mags. Let's do a couple mags.
Let's do it.
Squeeze them out.
Okay, everyone have a...
While we still have a little freedom to do it.
Well, yeah. Did you bring a suppressor?
I did not. I was afraid I'd get pulled over.
I don't want to do
SWAT
that.
Team come down.
Trump is out to get us. Till then, we will catch you guys later. Bye.